It's finally happening, and it's not a warning anymore. Up to 2 million Americans are about to see their Social Security checks slashed starting this month. And yes, this is directly tied to changes under Donald Trump's administration. So if you're over 60 and think your benefits are safe, well, think again. Because whether you owe a student loan from 1984 or you receive one extra payment 6 years ago, Washington might say you owe them. So let me ask you this. Would you be okay if the government suddenly took 15 or even 50% of your monthly income with almost no warning? So, welcome to the Financial Freedom Network, the financial channel that fills your wallet, makes you money, and boosts your credit. So, just before we take a deep dive into this subject, hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when we produce another game changing video that affects you personally. I promise you'll appreciate it. So, buckle up and let's plunge straight in. So, here's what's happening. As of June 2025, the Treasury Department, under Trump's updated federal enforcement policies, has reactivated the Treasury Offset Program. So if you're behind on federal student loans, even if you're 70 years old, they can take up to 15% of your Social Security check every single month. Now, during the pandemic, these garnishments were suspended, but now, with the protections fully lifted, collections are back, and the Treasury isn't playing nice. So, if you're getting the average Social Security check of $1,976, that's about $296 deducted. If you're below average, say you're receiving 1,200, you can expect a $180 plus gone monthly from your check. And no, they don't ask permission. You get one letter 30 days before the garnishment starts. Now, over 450,000 Americans aged 62 and older are currently in default on federal student loans. Many of these folks borrowed for their children's education, not even their own. And here's the kicker, it's not just low income seniors. Some retirees who were middle class are getting hit because they fell behind during the pandemic or they didn't even realize that they were in default. Even if you thought your loan was forgiven, double check. Why? Because administrative errors are still showing old loans as active. Hey, just taking a moment to say if this is eye opening, hit that like button and subscribe. We dig through policy changes and expose how they directly affect you. So the more people that subscribe, the more this message gets out. And together, we can stop people from being blindsided. Now, let's talk about the other major issue. The Social Security Administration is clawing back overpayments, even if the mistake was on their end. That's right. You could have been getting benefits for years, and suddenly SSA says, oops, we paid you too much. Now pay it back. And how are they collecting it? By withholding up to 50% of your current benefits until it's paid off. That, my friends, is half your check gone. Over 1.5 million Americans are currently dealing with this. Retirees, disabled workers, even widowed spouses, many of whom had no idea that they were ever overpaid. Now, the Trump administration is putting strict enforcement back on the table. Before, under Biden, there was a 10% cap on clawbacks to protect seniors. Now it's up to 50%. And they even considered going back to the full 100% garnishment, meaning that your entire check could be seized. They backed off from that for now, but 50%, trust me, is still devastating, as you all know. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Well, for student loan garnishments, contact your loan servicer immediately. Ask about income driven repayment. IDR, it can reduce your payments to as low as 0 per month. Loan consolidation can bring a loan out of default, forbearance, or deferment, and that's temporary protection. So don't wait. Once the garnishment begins, it's much harder to reverse. Now for Social Security overpayments. First thing to do, request a waiver. If repaying causes hardship or wasn't your fault, file an appeal if the amount is wrong or unfair, and set up a payment plan. Now, in some cases, Social Security will negotiate terms. And remember, Social Security may not notify you clearly. So check your online portal or any letters that you've received. Now, if you're not affected today, someone in your family very well might be. Many adult children aren't aware their parents or grandparents are facing garnishments. So, talk to them, help them access their SSA account, and encourage them to check student loan status even if they believe it's closed. Now, this is bigger than a few missing dollars. It's about the financial stability of millions of Americans. And sadly, most won't know what's coming until it hits them in the wallet. So please, my friends, help spread the word. Comment below if this has ever happened to you. Like and share if this helped. And subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the changes coming to Social Security, student loans, and your money. So thank you for watching. And remember, information is power. So stay informed and stay protected. Have a great day.